Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about the lack of endgame or the lack of content in New Genesis. Because I know a lot of people really want me to talk about the subject. A lot of people just want to hear me trash talk Sega, to be honest. Admit it. I know you guys just want me to trash talk something. Because you're like, Kero can't be this positive on everything, is that right? Well, in today's video we're going to be throwing around a little bit of shade towards Sega. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So before we talk about the endgame, we gotta focus on what content is currently available in NGS right now. Well, the first thing is quite simple. It's simply get all your classes to level 20, right? Once you get at least one class to level 20, then you unlock Gigantics, which is like a more endgame thing, and you also need a certain amount of battle power in order to progress through the story. However, let me be frank here, it does not take very long to get your battle power and to complete what the story currently offers. It's like a 1 week thing. If you're super casual and you're playing like 1 hour a day, you'll be done within a week, super duper easily. Now of course, if you're a more hardcore gamer, you can blast through this in like a day. Alright, so that is the first thing, leveling up, getting battle power. The second thing you can do every single day is of course your dailies. This literally takes like, I want to say 15 to 30 minutes at most. Then you can also do your weeklies. There have been quite a few comments saying that, Kero, you don't get 500,000 through your weeklies. Yes, you do. Look, this is 200,000, plus this is 300,000, plus this is 400,000, and plus these two is 500,000, okay? So stop writing those comments, you're just showing how incompetent in mathematics you are. I'm incompetent, I admit that, but you don't want to be even more incompetent than me, okay? Then once you're done with your dailies and your weeklies, you've got the side quests, which you can do if you want, right? The side quests give you a little bit of Meseta, a little bit of EXP, a little bit of end grinders, and some other junk, right? So that's really nice, I guess. And the main quest, which is the main storyline. So on the point of view of content, there's actually not much to do. We log in, we do our dailies, we do our weeklies, and there's nothing else to do pretty much, right? So I definitely think Sega should be working towards this, giving players a lot more things to do. I feel like the event coming in next week might help us a little bit because we will get additional tasks in the limited time thing. We will have that new event shop. We will get new currency to grind for, to buy everything out of the event shop. That is like a band-aid solution. You know, it gives us a little bit something to do. However, I do hope that we get something more. Now, that is for the average player. Now let's talk about the die-hard, hardcore players, or players who have been playing the game since release. You guys are at the endgame. What is there to do at endgame? We simply fight Gigantics, and then there's the Gigantic waiting room. So we literally sit around for hours on end, and we get like 10 minutes of fun every 2 hours or so, right? So you kill the Gigantics, and you go back to waiting room. You wait for the Gigantics to spawn, you kill the Gigantics, and you're back to the waiting room. And that's not a really good way of using your free time, in my personal opinion. I feel like that's a huge waste of your free time, especially if you do have a day job, and you're like, well, crap, you know, I can only play this game like 3 hours or 6 hours a week or whatever, right? It kind of sucks that a lot of that time is wasted just sitting around AFKing waiting for these Gigantics to spawn. So it really, really sucks. Now, the second option is obviously to grind, and just grind for Meseta, grind for materials, grind for whatever you need, as well as collecting all the materials whenever they respawn every single day. So a lot of people have been asking me, Kero, how are you not bored of the game yet? There's literally like 4 different things to do, and like 3 of them are limited. You do your dailies, you do your weeklies, that's a one-time thing, and you gotta wait until next week, or you gotta wait for next day or daily reset. You collect your minerals around the world, and the alpha reactors, that's like a one-time thing per day as well. And then there's Gigantics, which you're literally sitting around doing nothing, waiting for the Gigantics to spawn. They finally spawn, you get your 6 minutes of fun, it dies or it doesn't die, and you're back to waiting room waiting for another couple hours until it respawns again. So, you know, everything seems to be time gated except for mindless grinding in combat zones. So grinding has pretty much been my copium. I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, but that is how I am coping with this situation. You can see right here that I finally did get a Vialto armor with a Fixa level 4 Enthusia, which gives me offensive PP recovery 4.5%. So this piece of armor, if I were to buy this on the market, would cost like 600,000, 700,000 Meseta, but I don't have that money. You look at that, I've got 700,000 Meseta, I am broke AF, and I need more money. And so the reason why I haven't gone insane and going like, oh my god, there's no content in the game, is because I set impossible goals for myself. Okay, maybe they're not impossible, but they're really unrealistic. So like, you know, objective number 1, I want to have more than 10 million Meseta in my bank or whatever. So that is a ridiculous amount of money, because in order for me to farm for 1 million Meseta, it will take 16 hours for me to get 1 million Meseta. And we're talking about 10 million. So that is going to be 160 hours of grinding, non-stop grinding, in order to hit 10 million. So that is a really impossible goal that I have. But nevertheless, it's a goal. Now the second goal that I have is I want Vialto armors with Fixa guard level 5. I want 3 of them. And I've been farming labs for 2 weeks now, 2 hours every single day. And this is the first Vialto armor that I got that is a level 4. I've never gotten a Vialto armor with a Fixa above level 2, and this is the first piece that I got that was level 4. I was like, wow, that's amazing. Screw it, I'm investing into it, I'm using it now. And this is why, for me personally, I have an end game, because I have this ridiculous goal on, hey, I want to get the best of the best, I want to min-max this and that, and I want like all these stupid items, which will probably be outdated the moment Braver drops or even Bouncer drops. Now, a lot of you guys may be like, Kero, you're stupid, you're wasting your time doing all this crap, you could just be patient, not play the game, you know, not burn yourself out and play another game, blah blah blah. Well, the thing is, I enjoy the farming, right? The way I'm treating this game is exactly how I treat all of my grinding games, like Diablo, Path of Exile, all of those really grindy, dungeon crawler, looter type of games, where it's like, yeah, you never know, you can grind for 3 hours straight and maybe you get something good, or maybe you get total garbage. But the moment you get something good, you're like, oh my god, I finally got something good, whoa! And that's pretty much how I reacted when I got this. Like, when I got this Fixa Enthusia level 4, I was just like, wait a second, what? Is this real? So this is kind of my solution for coping with the lack of content right now. Now, obviously, this solution isn't for everyone, because a lot of people hate grinding, and I totally understand that. So for people who absolutely detest grinding and hate grinding, I advise you to make an account now. If you're sitting on the fence on whether you should start NGS now or not, make an account. Download the game, make an account, just log in, complete the tutorial, and then maybe do the story if you want, and then just leave the account there. Make sure you make 3 characters as well. The reason I say that is because whenever Sega gives out compensation, gives out event rewards, gives out whatever, that account, just because it was created, you know, today or whenever, will be eligible for all of those rewards. So like, my brother had an account on day 1. He made an account on day 1 and he never played it until like yesterday. He logged in yesterday, he was like, oh, all the lag issues are done? Okay, great, now I can finally play through the story. He literally beat the story in a day. And he was just like, oh, that was it? But the most important thing was he had like 25 different items in his mailbox, which he got to redeem. He got all the class reset coupons and everything, all those nice juicy cash items, and he didn't have to do anything. So I recommend, if you have not made a character or if you have not made an account yet, but you're sitting on the fence thinking if you should play this game or not, at least make the account, at least complete the tutorial, so that when you do decide to play the game, you have a whole bunch of cash items which you get for free, which you can use later down the line, and it just makes your life a lot easier. By the way, let me know in the comment section below how you are coping with the situation with the lack of content, cause yeah, I'm coping by grinding. Woo! Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!